Welcome to the HotelPlanner.com PGA EuroPro Tour. It's a first-time visit for the tour to Close House in Northumberland, a stunning stop in the race to secure a spot at the Tour Championships at Desert Springs. It's event 13 on the EuroPro Tour calendar, the Tree of Life Championship. And this week we're playing the Lee Westwood Colt course here at Close House. It's the first course in the world to have Lee's name on it. Within its first year of opening, it became a top 100 course in England. And in 2015, it was voted a top 100 course in the UK and Ireland. So much to look forward to this week. Here's what's coming up. Order of Merit leader Sam Connor talks us through his tournament preparations. John E. Morgan is out and about to give us an insight into the key holes on the course.
Whoa, how good was that one? Go on, baby. Get there, get there, get there. Dance floor.
And some of the leading players take on the Close House Island Green Challenge. Close House is widely regarded as one of the finest new courses in the world. Having hosted the PGA European Seniors Tour here in June, the club are delighted to be staging a EuroPro Tour event and investing in the future stars of golf.
Close House, we've got 36 holes of golf here, 2 courses. The original course was opened back in the 60s by Newcastle University, and then the new course opened 2011. Lee Westwood came on board. We asked him to officially open the course, which was fantastic. And at that point he was world #1, so who better to open a new course? And since then we've developed our relationship. Summer 2011 he became our attached tour professional, representing us worldwide. Obviously EuroPro Tour this week is another feather in our cap really to hold a big event, and we've got this for the next 3 years to watch the aspiring golfers hopefully continue with their game and us continue with our development. There is talk of us hosting the British Masters at some point, but we'd also like to develop the young golfers of the region, and by bringing a big event like that to allow the young golfers to see the best golfers in the world can only hopefully give them the confidence and boost to keep playing golf.
A fabulous addition to the tour for 2015. Close House is blessed with thousands of years of history, with the famous Hadrian's Wall in touching distance of the course. Where the Roman army once roamed the land, now it's John Morgan who's scouring the area to find out what our players can expect this week.
Well, thank you, Laura. I mean, this place does really take your breath away, as you full well know. Now, boys and girls, all I can say about this track is par 71, 6,813 yards long. The Colt course here at Close House is a beauty. It's a hidden gem. It's in a world of absolute beauty. We've got just lakes like you see here, streams everywhere. We've got beautiful old trees. We've got gorse bushes, heather, you name it, it's got it. They've got rolling ferries. They're cut to perfection to boot. All the greens are shaven down so fast as well. So the boys are going to really struggle on this golf course, getting their pace right on the greens. And also, it's open to the elements. I mean, there's wind gusting around above the trees, lower. You've got to hit low ones, high ones. You've got to do a whole manner of things. Work the ball left to right, right to left. You name it, the boys got to deal with it.
With just 3 events left to be played out this season, the race is on for our players to establish themselves in the league standings and secure a spot at the Tour Championship, where the top 5 players will win their Challenge Tour cards. Last week, the weather won out at Slaley Hall as play stopped after 36 holes, forcing a three-way playoff for the title. Jamie Rutherford came out on top after 5 playoff holes to secure the Break 90 Championship and move him into the top 10 on the Order of Merit. Sam Connor and Gary King, having won 2 events each, are 1 and 2 in the table. Darren Wright, Paul Howard and Aaron Rye make up the top 5, and Neil Fennick is in 6th place without having won an event. Time now to head over to our commentary team who'll get us into the action in the final round. It's Gary Alice, John E. Morgan and John Helm.
You can almost imagine the Roman army tramping around this area so close to Hadrian's Wall. Close House, 250 years old, and still maturing, John.
It is indeed, and what a maturing golf course this is as well. It's coming on leaps and bounds and looks absolutely defined and perfect out there.
So we're looking for some perfect scoring around Close House today as well. Well, somebody whose game is maturing very much so, Marcus Armitage. He's already a winner this season of the Grenke Championship, and he's out at the top of the leaderboard. He's 1 clear of Brian Casey and Aaron Rye. Let's hear from some of the protagonists.
I think it's a really good course. It's very tricky. Greens are very undulating.
The greens are a challenge, but it's fun at the same time.
Drive everywhere and you know, just attack.
So I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be great.
Obviously, it's always very good to win. Go out to the golf course and see what I can do.
It's going to be a new experience for me. Just kind of enjoy that.
Is there a number that you've got in mind?
Yes, but I don't know if I'm going to tell you that yet.
I think double figures under par. I think that's got every chance.
We'll just have to wait and see.
And I think there's every chance it'll be tight at the top again. Now here's another good young Irish player, 24-year-old Brian Casey. Gary, your thoughts on him?
Well, I think this is one to watch. He's a fine young player, very solid action. Wee bit left there with his tee shot, but hopefully it won't be too far away. Yeah, you look at this setup, the lovely balance, the foot width, club's very much on plane, top of the backswing, club face very square, up and down on the same line. Nice looking action, John, isn't it, that?
I do, I like it. I like his solid base. Swings round himself nicely, good balance. Now here's another swing.
Yeah, Marcus Armitage, different rhythm there when you look at that, and launching his tee shot away though. Finding the first fairway. And again, very similar. All of these guys, they've got good setups, haven't they? But this one, the club drops a little bit onto a lower plane as he comes through. More of a release, forearm rotation. Bit more playing like a draw, like you, John.
Oh yeah, bit handsy. Can't stop the hands, Gary. As we see Sebastian Garcia, great. Getting off to a rock and rolly head start. Knocking one in from 15 feet. Nicely done.
Another S. Garcia.
Yes, very S. Garcia.
So from the ideal place, centre of the fairway, Marcus Armitage. Knocking in a lofted iron. And an outside chance of a birdie.
Yeah, lovely opening hole this one. As we come to the 7th to see Luke Joy. This is his second shot. Big, high rising, very lofted club, needs to come in and land softly. And it does. That's very hard to do. Well played, Luke.
You can't imagine anything more different than where he plays his golf during the winter in Abu Dhabi. I mean, you're a million miles from Abu Dhabi, and this scenery, yet it's just as beautiful, just as challenging.
Yeah, it's all right for some, John, isn't it? As we see Casey now splashing out, and oh, I tell you what, no more than 10 inches more roll, and that was in. And what a start that would have been going.
That would have certainly set him off on the right path. Now, back to Joy. Just from the left. And rather blazed it through the break there. A bit of a misread. At least he's still smiling about it.
He sure is. Now this would be the dreamy start. One shot in the lead. Can he open up a gap straight off the word go on the first? And he's come out of that quickly. You can just tell he's kind of just one of those little lag putts. Whole side, tap that one in for his part. Playing some great golf though, Marcus.
He's slimline these days, isn't he? You know, golf's not just all about technique nowadays as well, it's about physique as well.
Well, it's great that you pointed that one out. He's lost a lot of weight. He's really trained really hard, and he's reaping the benefits at the moment, as we see Luke.
Nicely done. Taps in for that birdie, even though the first one went a bit past. Sigh of relief and moves on.
So just 2 shots separate the top 5. Now Kit's going to tell us about a challenge of a very different sort.
There are 36 fantastic championship holes here at Close House, but there's one hole that all the players have been desperate to play this week. This is the Close House Island Green Challenge. We've got 3 guys who are high up on the leaderboard to take it on. It's about 40 yards. We're going to see how they get on. Paul Reed, you're the first man. You've shot the lowest round of the tournament on the opening day. You must really like the course around here.
Yeah, it's great. Greens are fantastic, and that's sort of suited my game a bit really, because I've putted the ball quite nicely. So that's that's probably been the strength of my game.
First man up. Good luck.
Can do. Thank you.
Good luck, Paul.
Cheers.
You need it.
So he's just giving it a bit more. He's learned. Oh, that's a fantastic effort. He's laid the gauntlet down for you now, boys. Next man, Brian Casey. Your rookie season on the EuroPro Tour this year, how are you finding the experience?
Yeah, I'm finding it good, yeah. You know, I'm really liking the courses that we play on the EuroPro this year. You know, it's just going from strength to strength, and I'm really enjoying it so far.
Yeah, there's a bit of wind there, I think, so I need to hit it.
Do your best. It's looking good in the air.
Good.
Oh, he's nearly slam dunked it, but it's not stayed on the green.
Great effort.
Aaron Ray, the 3rd man of our 3-ball. You've already won this season. One of the most consistent guys on tour. What do you put that down to?
I think it's mainly down to just the whole game being pretty steady week in, week out. So that's probably been it the whole year, and I was fortunate to win one of the events and put 3 good rounds together.
Fantastic. Well, we see how steady the wedge play is here.
Okay.
You're the man on the plate. Looks good in the air. Oh, that's so unlucky, and that means that, Paul, congratulations, a huge victory. What does that mean for you?
That's great. Yeah, it's been a while since I've won anything, so that feels pretty nice.
Do you think that might set the tone for the final round tomorrow as well?
We'll see, hopefully.
Best of luck. Keep
Thanks,
that
mate.
winning run going.
Appreciate it.
Cheers, Paul.
Cheers.
And it's not long before we find out who's going to take the first prize of £10,000 in the Tree of Life Championship here at Close House. Join us again after the break.
Welcome back to Close House in Northumberland for the Tree of Life Championship. Now, before our players hit the course, there are some impressive facilities to help them warm up and perfect their game. And Kit Alexander caught up with Sam Connor to find out how the leader of the Order of Merit prepares for his round.
I've caught up with our Race to Desert Springs leader, Sam Connor, at the superb facilities here of the Close House Academy. Sam, just how important is it to get a good warm-up before you play?
To give yourself the best chance to play, Kit, it's very important to warm up at great facilities like this.
Fantastic. Let's go in and see how you do it. Right, so we're here on the driving range, Sam. What's the first action for you once you've got here?
First action for me is to get warmed up with my alignment stick. Okay. I'll swing it with both arms, so I'll start with the right arm and just swing it as fast as I can, really.
Once you've got warmed up with that, every single club are you hitting, or kind of mixing?
I mix and match, really. I mean, you'll hit a mid-iron, just maybe 6 or 7 iron, you hit long iron, short irons, and then...
Do you want to whip a club out and show us your swing in action, please?
Yeah, definitely.
Beautiful shot. You tend to shape the ball in a particular way?
Yeah, I mean, I tend to hit it both ways, really. I try and hit as neutral as I can as like a base point, but I'm always like biased fade draw. I don't have like a set shape all the time, but if you can shape the ball both ways, you've got a huge advantage for pin positions.
Let's see you hit a few more and see what you've got today.
Okay, you can call the shape, Kit.
Okay, let's go for a high draw. Delivered. And just to go completely the other way, how about a low fade?
All right, low fade. Pick the two most difficult ones.
I'm testing you going from one end of the spectrum to the other. Nailed it again. Well, the long game's obviously in fine working order, so next step to the chipping green.
Let's go.
What's your routine once you get to the short game area?
Oh, I just like to hit a variety of shots, Kit, that I might hit on the golf course. I like to just feel the conditions and the type of grass we're playing on, and just generally get my feel ready for the day.
Okay, perfect. Let's see you hit a few for us, please.
I'll flick a few for you.
So a lot of amateurs, when they warm up, will be thinking about technique on the chipping green especially. Is that something that you worry about, or is it all about adjusting to conditions?
Yeah, I literally just try and feel the shots rather than think about technique. So more like visualise what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to think about, I'm trying to put the club here, here and do this and that. I'm just literally feeling the shot I'm trying to play, and trust that I can play it, that I'm good enough to play it.
So we've got a nice bunker here, but my eye's on this deep rough over here. I'm really going to test you. So if we just chop a couple of balls down there, we've got a flag just in front. Let's see you in action. Oh, he's nearly holed it. Fantastic. So the final part of the puzzle then, Sam, is the putting green, a very important area. Just talk us through what you would do before a round here.
Before a round on the putting green, I'm literally just trying to get the pace of the greens. You know, you hope that the putting green is similar to the greens, which it is here, because all the greens are fantastic. But you're literally trying to get the pace of the greens, work on some shorter putts maybe, build some confidence and head to the tee.
We've got a little bit of a curly one for you here, about 6 foot. Let's see your stroke in action and see if we can build that confidence with it rolling in.
I don't like to see loads of putts missing before I play. I like to make sure I can hole some.
Boom, difficult putt, but you nailed it. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for taking us through your warm-up routine. I'm sure our viewers have learnt a lot from that and got a good insight into why you're the #1 on the tour currently.
Thanks very much, Sam. It's been a pleasure, thank you.
Cheers.
Well, that is meticulous. The preparation so vital to every player, no matter how long they've been playing the game. So Marcus Armitage is the man in possession of top spot in the Tree of Life Championship at the moment.
Yeah, speaking of the devil, there he is on the third, out with the big dog, giving it a right old rip. He said he was going to get driver out everywhere at the start of play, and look at this one, nearly getting it on the green. Is it going to grab the front edge? Talk us through this one, Gary.
It is. He's with this loss of weight that he's had, it's made him very flexible. But as I say, he has this long extension through with the right hand, which generally you'd associate with players who do play from right to left, which gave him a bit of extra length there and snuck it down near the green.
Yeah, great drive as we come to Paul Reed at the fourth. Out for position. Can he get it close to the pin? Oh, and it didn't make it. Needed one more club.
Now, Gray. Tee shot again. No, launches it away. No, again, just strange that now, isn't it? They all look so close, but none of them quite got it up on the green.
No, it's just that wind gusting from left to right, just causing havoc for them. There you go, I think. And Casey now, a spot of bother, having to come up, not much green to work with. And there you go. Oh.
That's the risk, isn't it? You know, you take it on, you look at this very fluffy, wiry grass there. You could hear the contact with the grass, not able to get any spin. Green like an upturned bowl and down off the other side.
Of course, since 2011, Lee Westwood has been attached to Close House as the Tour Pro. I'm delighted to say Lee's joining us from the other side of the pond. Lee, thanks for coming on. How did you get involved with Close House?
I went and did a corporate day there for them and really got chatting to Graham Wiley, who owns the place, and it really went from there, you know, and then Graham was interested in the attachment, and that was the start of it, really.
And how highly do you rate the course?
Yeah, very highly. The course designer, Scott, he's done a good job with the elevation changes, and he's got some nice designs and little features to the course design. The course is always in fantastic condition. Greens are very good. The range and the academy there is high quality. You know, everything about the place is quality.
Lee, do you have any favourite holes on this course?
18's a great finishing hole. The whole golf course is very good. I think it's a good test. You know, it tends to use, you have to use every club in the bag around there. You have to drive the ball well, so you need some imagination on the greens. It's a good test.
Well, I couldn't resist, Lee. I got to have my little saying, but I mean, the EuroPro Tour is a good stepping stone for the development of the future stars of golf. What do you think about it?
Yeah, I think any tour that gives opportunities for young players to play, competitively, it's got to be a good thing. You need to be competing really and getting used to, putting in scores and shooting good scores even if you don't play very well. And there aren't that many opportunities to play, and the EuroPro Tour is one of those. So I think all those kind of tours are a great idea.
I mean, also, Lee, if you think of some of the great players that have been playing on the EuroPro Tour, Oosterhuizen, Schwartzel, it's a great breeding ground, isn't it?
Yeah, everybody has to start their career somewhere. I was very fortunate. I went to school and got on the European Tour straight away, but, for some people it takes a little bit longer, and like I say, tours like that give players opportunity to test themselves against players of a similar level, and then from there, it breeds confidence and you keep moving up the ladder. So.
Well, good man, Lee. Thank you very much for joining us, buddy.
So, nice to hear from Lee. And back to Seb Garcia.
Yeah, that was a very nice touch. Fair play to him for joining us on the show. And that is a lovely... There's some Spanish hands for you. Working it well to the back of the green with this difficult wind behind him.
Yeah, sadly, while we were talking to Lee, both Paul Reed and Chris Gray dropped shots. And we saw a very tentative putt from Marcus a moment or two ago. They're not finding it easy.
No, these are difficult greens, John. They're very subtle, lots of undulations, extremely difficult to get line and length right as we watch Garcia there. Thought it would just break in, hit it a fraction too hard through the break. Hopefully a fairly simple tap in.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be. He's nice and confident in this range. Yeah, there you go. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Casey for par. This lovely third hole to stay at 7 under. Little tester from left to right. Oh, and Larry lip out. Doesn't go in for him, defies gravity, and that's going to be a bogey for Brian.
Well, Marcus Armitage is still the one to catch, but now a trio just behind him, and Gray here trails by 3. Could ill afford that drop shot a moment ago.
Man, this is going to be a difficult one. The wind right up his back. Ball's not going to slow down on you. It's very hard to generate spin when it's like that, Gary.
It is. I think he did the best he could. He sort of used the cushion, knocked it in off the side and killed it on the fringe there. Very good.
Here, here.
Neat action of Paul Reed there, and dead on line.
Yeah, that was a great strike. Nice little whip at the bottom. Able to get good connection and get a bit of spin, bit of juice, and hold the green. Now Spanish hands. Par 5 7th. Keep going. Go on, keep going.
You're thinking of a song there, were you, John? Spanish hands, or was it something to do with Spanish eyes, am I thinking back to?
I was going to kick in with the Gypsy Kings, but I thought I'd better not.
Shame, John, shame.
Now, lengthy putt, 20-footer across the green. Can he make birdie? Oh, my goodness, it was coming back late on in the putt, and it nearly took it in. Not quite, though. That would have been a great birdie on this difficult hole. Yeah, we got Kit to catch up with this young newbie.
I'm finding out about a new name on the EuroPro Tour this season, Chris Gray. It's your first year on the EuroPro Tour, but I believe you spent 6 years in America before that. Tell us about your golfing journey.
Yeah, I went out to North Carolina. I was at a university, Gardner-Webb University it was called, in Charlotte. I was there for 6 years. I spent 4 years playing for the college team. Finished that and I got a position at the university as the assistant coach. Did that for 2 years and studied a master's. And finished that last September before coming home for Q School.
And you're a local lad here in the northeast, a member at Slaley Hall, not far from Close House. So have you played here a few times before?
Yeah, Close House have been really good all year. I've come down for quite a lot of practice rounds and they've let me play as much as I wanted. Actually, a couple of months ago, I caddied on the senior tour for Pedro Linhart. I think watching him, you know, the Pro-Am and 4 tournament rounds, I think I learned more doing that than I did playing. So yeah, it's definitely one of the courses I think you need to know. There's so much going on around the greens that I think the more you play it, the better.
Bit of a disappointing week at Slately Hall on your own course last week. How satisfying is it to bounce back with a good performance still in your local area?
Yeah, very. People have said maybe a little home course pressure. Maybe there was a little of that, but I think the top and bottom of it is I've holed putts this week and I didn't hold putts last week. That's it. I'd like to give you a better answer than that, but that's it. That's the only difference.
And what would it mean to you if you were able to win so close to home?
A lot. I think there's going to be a few people out watching that I know and getting a little home support, and well, we'll see. Hopefully it'll help. Yeah, it'll be a nice one to win.
Well, I know he's new on our tour, but he sounds like he's got plenty of experience.
Yeah, a lot of experience, that coaching and everything, and facilities in the States. I'm sure it'll stand him in very good stead.
Definitely. Oh, and that was from downtown, long way out.
That was for eagle. Do you know there were 31 eagles during the first 2 rounds, hardly any today. That just shows how much more testing it is.
It is. I mean, the greens are superb though, so true. I mean, you can't, you know, if you hit it there, they're going in. If you got the right line, it's only going to be the pace that keeps it out. You're either going to be too hard or too soft. We've seen Paul there just nonchalantly whacking one in for a nice little birdie.
Now, Garcia, 10-footer. And again, very nice, smoothly done. Another one under the card.
Yeah, it is, Gary. And I tell you what, this is going to be a putting match out here with these windy conditions. And get the ball in the right place. If you can convert, and that's a birdie for the young man.
Well, at the start of the day, Marcus Armitage was top of the pops. He still is. He's out in front on that 8 under par mark, 1 clear of Seb Garcia. But it's an interesting leaderboard. It's an interesting golf course, this, and we've all been drooling about the facilities. We can hear now from the owner of Close House, Graham Wiley. He's with Kit.
Graham, can you just tell us what first prompted you to build a golf course?
Well, I've always enjoyed golf. I don't play it enough, but I love the game. And this land here used to be owned by the University of Newcastle. I bought the land off them, and I've allowed them to use it ever since. So that was my thank you to them. It wasn't a great golf course when I first bought it. It was a Me Too golf course, but I bought some extra land, and my colleagues decided that I should build a championship golf course.
And how important is it to have someone like Lee Westwood involved?
Well, it was important to start off because around the northeast there's about 40 or 50 golf clubs, and they're all very good, and but they're all very similar. And I needed to do something different to try and attract the people here. So we built a championship golf course, and we got at the time he was the world #1. He came along to open it, and you know, quite a lot of great publicity for it. And it's worked because you know, we've got a full membership, and we've got a lot of corporate members, and it's a busy club nowadays.
And you've hosted the Seniors Tour and of course the EuroPro Tour this week. How important is it to get the professionals along and showcase the course at its absolute best with the best players playing it?
Well, it's a badge of honour, isn't it? Because you know, we think we've got a great course here, but you never know that until you get the best players here and then get their feedback. The seniors loved it, and I believe this week the young guys are having a great time. So by having them here, it just puts us on the map and says, you know, this is a really good course, and it's one that people should come and play.
Well, it really is a fantastic facility. It's a beautiful setup here at Close House, but the trials and tribulations of playing golf on it is what is occupying the minds of all these young players on the EuroPro Tour. Join us again after the break.
Welcome back to the Tree of Life Championship from Close House. We caught up with this week's event sponsors to find out why they're supporting the EuroPro Tour.
Well, we felt that the link between healthy eating and sports is quite a strong connection. Sports people these days, it's far more scientific in the way they prepare themselves for their particular sport in terms of training and their diet. It's been absolutely fantastic just watching some of these young guys here trying to make their name in golf. The standard of play and the competitiveness is really sharp, and that's very impressive. As is the venue. This is a fabulous course and a fabulous venue, and the people who organise it have made it really very special for people like us as sponsors. So we're very happy with that.
The event is actually being staged on the Colt course, but we're looking at this leaderboard here. It's going to be a terrific finish, no doubt about that.
So we see Marcus Armitage out with the wedge, full wedge. Holding it off a little bit as well, short follow through, trying to get this down under the wind and controlling the ball flight and the spin to perfection.
Now, can Casey produce some fireworks? Nice action there, throwing it up into the air and using the bank, getting some good action. A little bit too much, spinning the ball back as we wander across and pick up Mr. Morgan on the 8th.
Well, here at number 8, 477 yards. Now, to any normal boy and girl out there, 477 yards, par 4, you would think it's an absolute monster. It is a monster, but it's all downhill from start to finish. And I tell you what, it's got a trick up its sleeve. You look at this one, I've gone for option 1, straight down the left-hand side of this fairway, but there is an option 2, down the right, which I actually think is a better option. If you can hit it down the eye of a needle, dead straight off the tee, land in that spot, you've got a green to come into that's facing you, and you can hold the ball really, really quickly. Now, option 1, coming down the left-hand side here, gives you a bit more green to work with because you're coming up the green. I've slightly come down the right, which it's hit the bank and veered all the way down on this part here. And it's left me quite an awkward shot, and not actually a little bit longer. And as you can see, the green is absolutely stunning. Beautiful old bunkers, little stream in front on the left-hand side, so if they put the pin there, whew, it's going to be dodgy as hell to get it close. 9 iron, back of the stance and give it a rip. And I tell you what, that's right at it. Pin seeking all the way. And it's hit the green, it's about 20 foot, just shy, just on the upslope. Very tough. What a par 4.
I don't think you ever do miss the green, do you?
Yeah, that was, I think that was take number 22, I think. There was 8 shanks, 4 duck hooks, and 3 tops.
You've never had that in your whole career, John Morgan.
You're too kind, Gary. And there you go. He smack bang right where I was. It's going to be an awkward one from there.
So Casey back up the green for his birdie. Shouldn't be too much break in this one.
Yeah, and he read too much into it, Gary. You're right. There wasn't a lot of break at all. Inside the hole, didn't give the hole away. I think he would have had it.
Yeah, he certainly had a nice pace.
Tap this one in for his par. Easily done. Yeah, he's just umming and ahhing. Should have had that one.
This is a man in form. Aaron Rye. He's played 10 events this year and he's made all 10 cuts.
Yeah, Aaron Rye 2 gloves, not Tommy 2 gloves. This is Aaron Rye 2 gloves, and I tell you what, he plays fantastic. He really is. He's on the crest of a wave. Very confident player. Works very hard at his game. Probably one of the first on the range and the last to leave.
So Kay playing from the semi-rough there, looking down onto the screen. And a very good looking shot, but hold on, hold on, hold on. Ooh, now that is awkward. Run down in the second cut there, John.
Oh, I wouldn't want that one, Gary.
Bit stinky.
I mean, that would look fantastic in the air, just unfortunately. But now, what a great opportunity for Marcus Armitage to get a birdie and go ahead even more. Oh, and he can't do it. Just aiming outside the hole. Probably one of those straight and firm jobs. Like you just need to take the break out and, yeah, no messing. Dent the back of the hole. You see him, he's a little bit disgruntled there.
Yes, as you say, he's been very consistent. Nice young man, Aaron Rye.
Well, you can see that wind just making that ball just run that extra couple of feet past, just gusting up a little bit. Especially with these greens running probably near enough 11 on the stimp, very fast. And you got to feel sorry for him after a shot that was all over the stick with his second one, chipping back to there and not converting the putt. Not easy.
No, and this is not so easy now, having knocked it a yard and a bit past. But good, firm, confidently hold. Well done. And over to the 9th with John.
Talk about take your breath away. Here at the 9th hole, over 200 yards, par 3, here at Close House. I mean, just look at it. I mean, it is absolutely stunning. Takes your breath away because this water comes in, the first thing you see is that, but then this amazing bunker which has all these layers on it, and you just think to it, it's just like, looks so deep in the distance, so you just do not want to go in there. But you look at the green as well, and it's all undulating and it's very narrow as well, so if you go over it, there's this wall with a little bit of out of bounds. I mean, you might have to give it the old wall shot like the 17th at St Andrews, you never know. Let's give it a go. I'll tell you what, it's a little beauty. He's coming in, he's found the dance floor, he's taken the bank, he's rolling down to about 10 feet. You'll have to promise me you believe me. Let's go up there and have a little quick look. This is a diamond, water running all the way down the left-hand side, big sweeping undulating green, which you can see is massive, and also, I mean, just absolutely kamikaze and crazy and hard to read. I mean, I've hit a great shot in here. I'm glad you believe me. Here's my pitch mark. Took the hill, rolled back a little bit. I mean, anything missing slightly down on that right-hand side, leaving yourself a really awkward up and down to save your par. I mean, this one, just by looking at it, first little gander, it's going to break from left to right. Just need to send it on its way. Is it going to break enough? No, it doesn't. Look at that. Look at that. If that goes an extra foot, come on, keep going, keep going. Look at this. It is going to catch it. It is going to catch it. Look at this. Talk about way out, and that's gone. I mean, I only touched that. That just shows you the quickness of these greens and severity of these undulations and slopes, these runoffs. Just says what a great hole this is. Fantastic, number 9. Love it.
Could be the best par 3 on the whole season, that one, John. As we go to watch Garcia playing this 9th hole. I wonder if he can hit it as well as you did, John.
Yeah, you need some serious height to come in here, and it's a longish iron as well to boot. 6-5 iron in your hand, need some massive height, and look at it, there you go. You're not quite got it on the button, your yardages, and hit it nail on the head. That's what can happen.
So back to our leader with his second shot on the par 5.
And that's got to slow down. That's got to slow down. Ooh, and it has. Many runoffs round here. As we come to Casey, his second shot into 7. Out with the long iron.
Wind's just beginning to blow a bit. You can hear it there, John.
Yeah, it's blowing a hoolie. It really is. And he's pitched that in perfect position. Killed it. And only running out to no more than 8 feet. And that's going to be for his ego. And no wonder he's smiling and smirking. Loving it.
I think Garcia was lucky to get such a good ricochet back off the wall. This could have been unplayable at the base of it.
Well, another Spaniard hold one, didn't he? Hit the wall, came back on the green, got it to about a foot, was it? Or 2 foot at St Andrews? I thought we might see another Spaniard do it.
Yeah, a certain Spaniard did do that a little while back.
Cool, look at that. Look at the trousers going wobbly wobbly on him. Getting the weight on his left-hand side and kind of punching the ball through under the wind on the green. Very interesting stuff.
You know, Seb's hobby, foraging for mushrooms. He might have found some near that wall a moment ago. And he's a keen mountain biker as well, so this hole should suit him. Oh, that's a shame, isn't it? But so close, but that's the dividing line.
Yeah, it is the dividing line. No magic there, though, for Seb.
So, Casey after that great second shot. This for eagle. Yeah, very nicely done. That helps the card, livens things up. An eagle, well done.
And Marcus just to tap him for what would be an easy birdie. And that keeps the pressure on. The rest of the gang that's behind him, all building up though.
Yeah, 28 years of age, Marcus Armitage, Rookie of the Year last year on the EuroPro Tour, but the man to catch again here. And Brian Casey within 2, Luke Joy, Seb Garcia and Aaron Rye still very much in the hunt. We can hear from Brian Casey now.
I'm catching up with one of our standout rookie performers on the tour this season, Brian Casey. Brian, your first season on the EuroPro Tour, how are you finding it?
I'm finding it really good, you know, there's so many good players in this tour, and I just feel this year I've stepped up another level because I feel I have to, and the courses as well make you improve.
Just to go back to how you first got into the game, how old were you when you first picked up a golf club?
I suppose I was about 12, and I kind of went down from my mother's father, and then to my father, and then he passed it on to me and my brother. So I'm very grateful for that.
You're known as a bit of an aggressive player, a bit of a birdie machine. Is that something that's always been the case?
I tend to make a lot of birdies, and on the weeks when I don't make the bogeys, hopefully I'm up there. But I mean, there's so many good players going for it every week on the EuroPro Tour that, you know, it's just a matter of keeping those bogeys off the card, and hopefully you've got a chance.
Some of the pins tucked as they are here today in the final round. Is it a case of you having to curb your own temptations to fire straight at flagsticks sometimes?
Yeah, I suppose the way I look at it is there's 6 flags I can go for. 6 flags I can kind of go for, and then 6 flags I have to stay away from. So I'll be sticking with that today and just doing the same I have been doing.
And 1 shot off the lead means you're in the final pairing. How exciting is that?
It's good. You know, the last time I was in the final pairing was probably a year and a half ago, and so I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be great to get that experience.
Great. Best of luck today, Brian.
Cheers. Thanks, Kit.
Nice one. Cheers.
Yeah, what is really impressive, they all talk so well nowadays. They are terrific golfers. Watch out for these names in the future, and watch out for them after this break. Who's going to win it?
Welcome back to the stunning surroundings of Close House, a new stop on the EuroPro Tour. The first Lee Westwood courses in the country have certainly hit the mark with our professionals, but also with other sporting stars, as Kit Alexander found out when he caught up with England legend Alan Shearer in the club's academy.
Alan, you've come along to watch the EuroPro here today. Yeah. How good is it to have events like this up in the northeast of England?
Oh, it's fabulous. Great for the area, great for the golf course. It certainly puts it on the map, which is what the owner wants, and it's great seeing the course in such good condition and some pretty high standard of play out there. Been following for the last couple of hours, and it's great to watch.
Mm-hmm. And as a world-class footballer, obviously you performed at the highest level. What does golf have in common with football in terms of sport and pressure?
There's so many things can go wrong. I think in most sports it's about confidence, and when you're feeling confident, then you tend to hit it a lot better. It's very similar in football. When things are going right for you, then you feel a lot more at ease and more confident. And golf is very similar, but it's a very, very frustrating game. More frustrating than football, I know that.
Have you had the chance to play here at Close House much?
Yeah, I'm a member here. I live only 10 or 15 minutes away from here, so I'm a regular here.
What would be your tips for the players?
Don't go in the rough.
You could say that for any golf course. Do you know, he's spoilt for choice round here. Northumberland is one of the most beautiful counties, I think, in England. And Marcus Armitage is enjoying it, so is Brian Casey. All these players very much in the hunt for that top prize of £10,000. The rolling hills, and Marcus Armitage is rolling along, maybe towards his 2nd title of the year.
I tell you what, I wouldn't put it past him. We've had a few double winners already. I mean, can we make it 3 double winners? You never know.
No, you're right, but a lot of golf to be played yet. But he's a confident young man. He may just be able to hold them all off.
You don't fear it, but I think this man is hot on his tail. Once this guy goes for it, he can shoot low numbers. I had the pleasure of his company. It was 2-3 years ago. I went down to Spain, see some old friends, and there's a little tour down there called Gecko Tour, and me and Brian got paired together. He had a hole-in-one on the 17th at Finca Cortazin, and he played some superb golf from start to finish. Well impressed with the lad.
It's nice when you've met somebody and see them come along like that, John, as we go to the 9th, and Aaron Wright.
It's a high resonance shot. You've got to land this one. It's like landing on a postage stamp. And that's going to catch the hill and get further and further away.
It's an interesting swing, this one. It's his own, but it repeats. A little bit left-sided there, flatter, pulls very much down with the left hand and slightly sort of holds off the forearm rotation and release. But he hits the ball very straight.
Yeah, I like to see that. Someone that's worked out their own game themselves, in a sense, you know. I mean, he's probably got his own coach and just kind of just stuck in his ways of saying, let's repeat this, you know, it works, so why change it so dramatically?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Amen to that. And there we go. Well, that was a broken putt. That was heavy-handed, and that's a lot of work to be done for Marcus to save his part.
So, right after finding the green nicely from the tee, big long stroke up and over the ridge, down the other side, and from such long range and over the hill, not bad.
No, not bad at all. He came up to me earlier on in the season at Fulford Heath, actually asked me about long putting. I said, you know, just stay out there and hit long putts and work on your pace, just like Casey's going here from long range. You need to have had the perfect read from Marcus Armitage, and look at that. It's a blessing to go second from long distance. And he's got a little tap in. And Marcus has got a 10-footer to save his par. Could be a little bit of a swing, yeah? You never know.
Could be, yeah. So, back to our mushroom collecting Spaniard, who is obviously a fun guy.
I tell you what, I do like the old field mushrooms as well, you know, the big ones. You put them in a nice cooked breakfast. And like you say, he is a fun guy, yeah.
Trouble is, you've got to know what you're collecting, John. You might kill yourself if you're out there with pick the wrong ones.
Yeah.
We're not sure what kind of, avoid those red ones, I think. They're always a bit risky.
Is that with the yellow dots on the top? Oh, and I tell you what, that's not over. He'll be marking that one and concentrating again. As you see Ryan now, to save his par, just inside the right of the cup here. To be a bit firm. Yes. He went dead straight and firm. Nicely done. And Marcus, I want the dreaded 4-putt. Knock this one in. For a bogey. Yes, he does. That's a 3-putt. Not easy, these greens. Very fast, but look at this, man. This is for eagle to get into 8 under. Right up behind Marcus Armitage. From right to left. Oh, head in the hands. He knows how important that is. That was a definitely momentum changer. That one went in.
Yeah, we've been wondering what the secret is for Seb.
Keep doing what I've been doing. Just play steady, play clever, and hopefully get the right feelings going on the golf course. And making a few putts always makes a difference. I appreciate good golf. I think you get reward for clever playing, and obviously afterwards on the greens you have to really think about where to position your shots and then be careful with your putting. So yeah, I think it's a great golf course to come and play and see what you're capable of.
And the secret of the Spaniard's good English accent is he was born in Bedford. Well, a few secrets to unfold yet here, because Marcus Armitage has just got that one-shot lead, which he seems to have had most of the day. But Seb and Brian Casey are closing hard. Luke Joy and Aaron Wright within 2 now.
And here we are, a look at this 206-yard par 3. As John told us earlier, lovely big lake on the left. Big carry to get over the lake. Guarded by the bunker on the right in the front, which you definitely don't want to go into. Big deep bunker there, sort of kidney-shaped green, but if you just overshoot up against that wonderful Northumbrian wall, and a really good test, isn't it, John?
I think so. I really do enjoy this 9th hole. One of the best par 3s we'll see on our tour. all year. And that is a statement. We've played some crackers so far, but this one, to me, just says everything. Because you don't have to be too much out, just like Casey there, to miss the green.
And here another look at his swing, almost to the parallel at the top of the backswing. Interesting how stable he stays on his feet. Weight's much more even than some players. No jumping to the left just before impact with his weight. I like that.
Yeah, definitely his balance through the ball, I always find, is a big key in any golf swing. You see Marcus Armitage, very high shot coming in. Can he land it and land it soft? It's got to stay, and he does. That's an absolute beauty. You're going to see what Gary was saying earlier with the hands coming down in, and just that massive release with the right hand straight through to the target. Holding it off a little bit, trying to get that little bit more height to land it soft on the green, and well, doing it extremely well.
Garcia on the 12th. Well, I think he's a cousin of Sergio, is he? I think that's certainly related, isn't he, John?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Through the grapevine, I've heard there's a relationship there. Down the line. Casey. Bump into the bank and pop it up. No, he's got the putter, and I tell you what, I didn't see that move. I wasn't close enough. I actually thought that was a wedge in his hand. He was going to play a bump and run, which I thought was a bit crazy, but he chose the putter instead. Well, that came out a bit low and fiery. Stroke why it's carrying on past the hole. That's got to slow down. Yeah, he's just going in there. Did I lift my head up? Was it bad technique? Oh, did I hold it off enough? Did it get me weight on the left side enough? All manner of things. Plays games with you, this game, doesn't it?
Does. Every golfer got those thoughts going through their head, and Casey hasn't got the happiest of thoughts going through his head just at this moment. Tee shot looked good, and just making sure he doesn't tread on Armitage's line.
Yeah, Armitage would have got a little read there as that ball was slowing up towards the hole. He's going to have a good little butchers. I'm sure he'll be confident over his putt as we see Grout now. This to save his par coming back. A lot of work to be done. Straight up the slope. Can be very firm and positive. Oh, just hanging out on the left-hand side. Thought that was coming back. Probably a little bit less pace. That might have dropped for him. He'll be kicking himself with that one.
Marcus, of course, plays out of Howley Hall near Leeds. Paul Carrigill from Howley Hall. He was a good pro on the European circuit for a long time, and he was a good putter.
Look at you. You know everyone, John. Unbelievable. And you can see that there. There she is. Little wry smile. As this man taps in for his par. Yes, he does.
And our speedy Mr. Morgan's made his way out to the 16th.
Well, 16, and what an avenue that is. What a tee shot. It come down straight through the trees, absolutely, then it whacks the wind. It could play havoc with your ball. It's 457 yards long, par 4. Thick bund on the right, and well, the whole acreage of trees that you can see on the left-hand side, which if you go in there, it's going to crash, bang, wallop, and it could go absolutely anywhere, and your ball could be dead. Now, perfect scenario is probably 3-wood off the tee, hit a low bullet, maybe, might be a time to get the old 1-iron out, the old wicked stick, hit one low underneath the wind and chase it down through here and try and get position A to tackle your second shot into this green. Now this green kind of lays at you, it's down below you as well. There's some beautiful bunkers just positioned absolutely perfectly, and this fairway is very separate from everything. You need to knock one down. I mean, this is perfect pitch and wedge yardage, but I've got a 9-iron out, and it's going to be another one back of the stance, lean into it, trap it, get it a bit lower. You know it's going to land on that green and do what you want it to do. You don't want it spinning back like crazy either. And the pin's at the front today, very tough hole. The old little Fred Astaire with the right foot. I was able to get good connection on the ball though, and that's on the dance floor. I mean, what a great par 4 at 457 yards. could make a few people cry.
Big boys don't cry. Minded the leaders won't be at the 16th for a little while. Luke Joy's here though, the 27-year-old from Dorset. Had a couple of wins out in the Middle East. Another who was in the United States of America for 5 years.
All right for some, isn't it? Still held on to his, English accent. And that was a lovely shot by Luke. Tall high rising one, finding the putting surface. You just see the 10th hole statistics there. I mean, 6 eagles during the course of the week so far. Says it's opened itself up to many a chance for the players. These boys are playing some good golf. They like to take the flags on. They're young, they're ambitious. They want the low rounds of golf every day.
That's a great tee shot there from Armitage, sneaking it along the side. Very good.
All right, there's tee shot as well. Out with the long iron for position. A little bit of draw to it. Taking on the corner a little bit, and he's got to hold on. Probably just going into the first cut, but it looks to be lying nice.
So Casey, 2 behind. Good contact. Just in that little grassy hollow. Ball looks as though it's lying all right there, so shouldn't be too much problem.
Yeah, he likes to give it a clout, doesn't he, Gary?
Yeah, he's no holding the horses there.
And Luke handed up over the slope. Not to be. Great effort though. Whoa, judged his pace. Just didn't come back now. Uphill slope. Ball slightly above you. Awkward one. This is definitely going to come from right to left.
You could really see him trying to sort of punch into the hill so it didn't get up too high and turn left on him there, and sort of managed to overcome the hill a bit too much, left it a bit on the right, but good shot off that very awkward lie.
Yeah, he done well, Gary. You see Armitage just launching at one. There, 3 were trying to get it up on the green. Oh, and doing so in it, and an absolute worldie. Shot of the round so far for Marcus. He's not going to see it yet. But here's an instant replay and a slow motion of the swing that has just whacked a 3-wood into no more than 8 feet. So copy that, baby.
He started with rounds of 67 on the opening 2 days. Something similar would do nicely, I would think, for him today.
I think that'll seal the deal if he goes and shoots that again. Lukey just like, well, keep myself in it. And we see Casey, long iron. It's the old Seve Ballesteros follow through, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was a sort of cross between a Seve twirl and Arnold Palmer. Used to do that on occasions. John?
Hey, you're bringing out the king now.
So, Rye from long range. Has he managed to judge this one correctly? Good line, but a bit of a boomer, leaving himself 4 feet.
Now Casey don't want Armitage to get too much of a lead. Probably needs to keep the pressure on and hold this one, because then you can see Marcus's marker as it comes past, and Marcus would have had a great read, and that was a good putt by Casey anyway. He'll be tapping that one probably in for his birdie in a minute.
So back to 11. Rye for par. He does hold a very good percentage of those when you watch him through the season. We've seen a lot of him this year. Very good.
And they are the money makers, Gary. Just like this one. This one is a big money maker. This could give him a nice handsome lead if he can slot this eagle putt in. If he does. Well played. 2 amazing shots into the screen and then a great putt to boot.
A hint of a smile. It was never going anywhere else, was it, that one? That was a confident putt. And it puts even more pressure on Casey. It doesn't look much, this, does it? And it wasn't. But Marcus Armitage is serving notice here that he's bidding for another title. Having taken the Grenke Championship earlier in the season, the Englishman has now moved 3 shots clear, ominously, Brian Casey. He's still got 8 to play though, and he's an interesting character, is this fella from Leeds.
I'm chatting to Marcus Armitage, who shot 2 fantastic rounds of 67 here at Close House. Marcus, you must like the course out there.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I didn't actually fancy it when I first come. Thought it's a bit tricky, you know. But once I got my game head on, yeah, it suited me.
And you're well positioned on the race to Desert Springs, of course. You're up there on the leaderboard this week as well. A win would, you know, virtually guarantee your card. How big would that be?
Well, yeah, it'd be massive. Yeah, because I'd be a lot closer to moving up to Challenge Tour then. You know, but you ain't got to think of that. You've just got to, you know, take one shot at a time if you can. It's pretty hard that, but yeah, I'm just going to take it a day at a time.
And do you think having already won this season and having played in final groups a few times on the EuroPro Tour is going to help you going into a later start tomorrow?
Definitely. I mean, you know, I've been up there quite a few times over the past few years, and you know, I know what it's like. I know what to expect. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Fantastic. Best of luck in the final round, Marcus.
Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
And so long as he keeps holding eagle putts like that one, he doesn't need too much more luck. He is out in front here at Close House. Welcome back to the Tree of Life Championship, and a lot of trees around this golf course in Northumberland. Well, we've heard John extolling the virtues of several holes on the course. He's now on the 14th.
Well, we've got another par 3 on our hands, and what a beauty it is. 1,475 yards, and just look at it. Absolutely picturesque. I mean, absolutely beautiful. Stream runs in front of you here, not in play for the players, but these tall mammoth trees just gathering, making it a massive amphitheatre of a great par 3. I mean, the green slopes at you, back to front. I mean, as soon as you put it above the trees as well, the wind's going to play turmoil with the ball and could make it a bit wishy-washy in the air. So I think the best angle of attack is hit a low one. So that's going to be my ploy. You don't want to be hitting this one up there, like I say. Keep it down below, out of the way of these trees. It's a bit like, you know, the 12th hole Augusta. They always wonder where the wind's going. You know, this hole here, you always wonder where the wind's going up above the trees, so keep it low, out of the way of it. Now, as you're going to see, back of the stance, gripping down the shaft that little bit more, and just a nice, easy, punchy swing. And that is dead centre of the green. No hairs and graces, finds the dance floor, little 15-footer up the slope. If you knock it in, make a 2. Top drawer.
You know, I never played Augusta. There you go. Some of us have, some of us haven't. You're the lucky one.
Well, no, I haven't played it. I've just dreamt about it all my life. I think I was one shot away from playing in it. But what's it meant to be is we see Sebastian hit one now. Coming in, controlling the ball flight, looking left edgy. And it's smack bang in the middle of the putting surface. Very nice shot. Whoa, where are we? Needle in a haystack job over there.
Found it though, but it's taken a great hack to extricate it, get it just on the edge of the fairway.
And this one's a quick putt from left to right, down the slope. Won't be hitting this one too hard. Also just get it nice and cozy by the hole. It might drop in as well. Oh, and it does. Comes in from sideways in the side door. That's a great 2 for the young man. A little late move.
So, back to Joy with the ball well above his feet, having whipped it out the rough. Long 3rd shot at this par 5.
It comes over the trees to a very awkward green, Gary.
So, Grout, can he emulate his playing partner?
That looked a bit, I think he thought he had it. He couldn't believe how much that drifted from left to right.
Yes. So here we are, this 462 yard 13th. big elevation from the tee. You have to pick something away on the skyline. You want to go down the left-hand side, avoiding these bunkers that we can see in the middle of the fairway. Left side's the best line. You can go right, but it's a much more awkward shot into the green. Get another kidney-shaped green, falling off on all sides around and about. Should play quite short, but actually playing over par through this week. Tough hole.
Yeah, and it definitely stands from the tee shot. These boys having a layup short of the bunker or go down the left-hand side of it, like you said, Gary. And Casey, it's a high rising one. It's always difficult, isn't it, Gary, to judge a shot when you're teeing up or hitting a shot from such high up above the green.
Yeah, John, it really is. It's very difficult. You know the yardage, but trying to exactly work out the elevation, where the wind's blowing, is what looks lovely becomes extremely difficult to play.
It can sometimes make you a bit foolish, can it?
That's why Alan Shearer said soccer's easy, football's easy compared to golf. He's right.
He is right.
Yeah, I believe golf's the most difficult game that's certainly played by the millions who play it.
There you go. It is temperamental, this game. 1 minute you hit a chip like that, which is going 10 foot past, and it hits the middle of the stick and goes in. You go, oh yeah, that was easy. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, and that's not going to stop. That's a little bit of work to be done for right.
It is a lovely par 3, that one, but very narrow looking through those trees as we go back to Casey on the 13th, where the ball just kicked off the edge of the green. Third shot.
He's played that well. That was the kind of shot I've seen him playing at 9, but I think the live for him was a little bit awkward. That's why he chose to putt it.
So, joy for his par.
Oh, just shaving the left-hand side of it. Be very disappointed with that, but it stemmed from his tee shot. Got him into trouble.
Armitage to try and increase the lead. Ooh, I think he might have liked to look at that running across the green. It just sort of wiggled off to the right as it got to the hole. I thought that was going in.
Yeah, his pace putting's been pretty good here on the back 9.
It's another hole gone though, isn't it? And he's still there, he's still in pole position, he's just steady, steady, steady.
Well, the ball's in the other guy's courts at the moment. I mean, they're playing catch-up. Right for par. Oh, it's missing the left-hand side. And that's going to be a bogey.
Casey now from a yard. Smoothly done.
Thank you.
But these players are going to have to make a move, John.
Yeah, they need something special. I mean, they do have the likes of 17 coming up, which is a par 5 that you might be able to sneak it on into, as we see Luke just polishing off, and unfortunately not the score he wanted on that hole.
We can find Laura on the 18th now.
Thank you very much, guys. I'm joined by Mike Kilcourse here from Tree of Life. He's one of our main sponsors. Mike, tell us a little bit about your partnership with the EuroPro Tour and why it's so important.
Well, we're delighted to be working with the EuroPro Tour and supporting young golfers as they develop their professional career, and to align them with what we do, which is all about health food, healthy eating and a healthy lifestyle. So golf is a healthy lifestyle and we like to support it.
Absolutely, and I can't go on without mentioning the trophy that you're holding in your hands. It's very large. Tell us a little bit about the Tree of Life trophy.
Well, this is for the Go Lowest scorer on the whole tour, which will be presented in Spain in October to the winner, who's currently, I believe, on 10 under.
It is Gary King.
Gary King didn't score it here, but he scored it previously in the tour. And obviously, it's to support excellence and to reward him for, if he turns out to be the winner, to reward him for an excellent performance.
So here we are. Let's have a look at this 14th again. 175-yard par 3, very narrow shoot of trees, hollow to go over, bunker on the right. Just wants a good straight hit. For these guys, it was probably something like a 7 iron to find the middle of the green, get it close, try and make a birdie, and move on.
Yeah, it's definitely one of these holes you'd be glad to see the back of, especially on these windy conditions. As you can see, no movement in the trees from low down, but it is up there. Marcus out with the 7, like Gary was saying, holding it off. Oh, he's liking it. Rightly so, below the hole, coming up over a little slope. Very nicely done.
I'm enjoying the way he's playing these last few holes. It's, again, as you said here, as you watch this swing, nothing to see there much, but you can see there he's really trying to punch through it, big divot, holding off, not letting those forearms rotate. Took dead aim and whipped it straight at it with good result.
I wonder if Casey's going to play the same type of shot, a low one, or is he going to go in high? Well, it looks high to me, and that's turning over. That's right to left, down the left-hand side where Rye was earlier. That's going to be awkward. You'll probably just see now when he gets to the bottom of near the ball, just everything turning over a little bit sooner than planned. Getting the weight probably just on his right side, just letting that club flip over a little bit, Gary.
Yeah, in the slow motion, you could just see the right hand roll over the left a little bit. And here's Rye, ball above his feet. Got to be careful that the ball doesn't shoot off to the left, because when it's above your feet, the face of the club looks left, but that's a fine shot.
Yeah, that's a peach.
And here's the closest challenger to our leader. Right on the fringe, as you can see. Looks as though it'll move just a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, very awkward one for him, John. This looks unbelievable. Unbelievable from that distance and that much turn. Wow, you won't see many putts old like that through the course of a year. That was an absolute beauty. That ticks all the right boxes.
Yeah, that was lovely, because it's very awkward when you're up against the fringe there. That was great.
You know, he once won the monster stroke play by 10 shots.
Oh, that's outrageous. How do you win a tournament by double figures? I don't think I've ever seen many do that, apart from, I think it was Tiger at the Masters many moons ago.
Yeah, he's done it. And what can Mr. Joy do here?
And he hasn't been able to buy a putt all day. You can just see him just chatting to himself, going, "Can't one go in for me, please?" And that one was in the heart, just not hit.
So there we have a look at his scorecard. A couple of disappointing bogeys at the end there. A couple of birdies, level par, finishes at -4. Rye smile, what might have been.
Yeah. Now, talk about big smile. This man must have one. He's got a handsome lead. With not many holes to play for Marcus, and that's a good 3 on the 14th.
Across to 15. Rye's birdie putt. Right edge.
Yeah.
Yes, very nice. I think he actually firm and took all the break right out of that one. It was good, bold effort.
Yeah, very confident stroke.
And suddenly the putts are going in all around the golf course. Marcus Armitage 2 under for his round today. And Seb Garcia Grout is 3 under. And a mention here for Jonathan Caldwell, the Irishman, a 66, which equals the best of the week, which was from Luke Joy. Well, time now for our fantasy hole feature. You remember last week it was Jamie Rutherford's week up at Slaley Hall. What is his fantasy hole?
My name is Jamie Rutherford, the Break 90 Classic champion, and my fantasy hole for the week will be the par 3 15th. Tricky par 3 up the hill. Yeah, it's a fairly obvious selection for me, obviously winning in a 5-hole playoff there. So yeah, the 15th par 3.
Yeah, and talking of fantasies, not long to go before we find out who wins this week at Close House. Join us for the closure of the Tree of Life Championship in a moment.
Welcome back to the Tree of Life Championship from Close House in Northumberland. There's just 3 events left before the Tour Championship will decide who wins our 5 Challenge Tour cards. Still all to play for as we head back into the action.
And we're running out of superlatives, but I'm sure John can find a few more. He's on that favourite of Lee Westwood's, the 18th.
Well, the 18th hole, what can I say about it apart from it's fraught with danger from start to finish? 418 yards to boot. You've got a little stream running down the whole length of the right-hand side of this hole. Then you've got thick Bondi on the left. This beautiful bunker at 270, 275 off the tee, which is going to play havoc for the boys' heads when they're hitting driver or 3-wood off the tee. But look at this. Bit of whistling straights for you. Straight in the bunker, right up against the face. Oh my goodness. Don't like the look of that. Come on, Mr. Cameraman, you follow me. Look at this. Now, bird's eye view, pretend you're my head, all right? So come here. I'm gonna probably have to push my cameraman here. Get up that wall, Mr. Cameraman. Look at that. Look what I got ahead of me. Dangerous. Whoa, how good was that one? Go on, baby. Get there, get there, get there. Dance floor. Let's get up by the green. Now look at this. I mean, it is unbelievable. Have you ever seen anything like this before? A wall in front of the green. You got to come over. You can't run a shot in, so links golf out of the equation. You must get it airborne to get on there. Now come on, cameraman. How's your fitness? Oh, you nearly came a cropper. Now come with me. Look, you can see this green now, just a big kind of U shape that bends around this beautiful little bunker which guards this fantastic water feature. This is my bunker shot, ended up just past pin eye here on the left hand side. Now 20-footer across the slope. We know it's a little bit fast, we've seen one earlier on the 9th hole. Set the ball rolling, needs a bit more though, it had its line. Oh, now he's got a knee trembler to finish. That's the way, I like it.
The musical maestro. I'm not sure that cameraman's still talking to you, by the way. Armitage, what a lead. 2 shots it is. Can he hold on here? Here's one of the pursuers.
Yes, here he is. Garcia Grout, 18th tee, coming off a couple of birdies at 16 and 17. So, feeling good.
That's going to be a popular place down that left-hand side, finding the rough. And Ray into 16.
Okay.
There's another good shot. A lot of players these days, they do play with a sort of punchy follow-through, don't they? There's a lot of players doing that.
They do, as we see Grant now coming out the left. Hey, not easy to control the ball coming out of this, especially if you're coming over that wall to a very narrow green with water on the right. Oh, and I tell you what, course management done to perfection. That's going to run just slightly off, but that's a very good shot nonetheless. Now you can see the 15th. It's a tall high rise straight from the word go. There's normally a post right about now, just giving you a good line on where to hit your drive, and it comes up and then bends from right to left. So a nice little right to left shot. If you're a left-hander, obviously it's got to be a little fade. Right-hander, right to left, it's got to be a draw. But then you come into this green, which kind of just goes away from you from left to right. But it's all about where you put it. Big swell in the middle of the green on the right-hand side as well. So if you can dodge that, whew, every chance you'll give yourself a good putt for a birdie. And we see Casey on the right-hand side in the rough. Awkward angle to come in from.
Yeah, that does look an awkward angle. How's he coped with it? Oh, he's coped magnificently with it. That was a great shot. Chose the club, played the shot.
Rock on, Tommy. There you go. Trapping it nicely. Ball divot. Less grass, the better.
Yeah, you got great contact. Just hit down on the ball, got the spin. Very good.
See, if you become half a club short, you just catch this little swell and it just feeds away from the hole. But this one looks left for Marcus. And it is spinning back down the slope. At least he's up pin high. Doesn't have to deal with all the twists and turns that this green has to offer.
So Rye for his birdie after that good approach.
He's been hitting his irons well, Gary.
Yeah, he has. He's got good contact on them. And another fine putt. Very good.
Yeah, that'll do the trick. Now, Marcus, uphill slope. It's the kind of ones you like. You just pop these, go with the slope of the ground. It'll just get nice and high on you. A little bit of spin. And look at this. Oh, have that. Made it look so easy. Textbook stuff from Armitage.
This is a real bonus. I mean, he struck it beautifully, played it exactly as you called, John. But to have that little bit of luck where it just takes the break right in, just what you want after a very average approach to the green.
I would agree. You definitely feel like the gods are with you. Now, Grout could do with this. His attention, he's fighting for second place on his own now, you would feel. And there's a bit of work to be done on that one. This ain't an easy green to read.
Casey, 8 feet for his birdie. And very nicely struck.
Probably wondering what he's had to do today, because Armitage's just following him before he gets a chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, every time he's got some glory, Armitage has stolen his thunder.
He has, and that's you're down right there, Gary. Now, Sebastian finishing off nicely, and what a beautiful round. I mean, 3 under par, no qualms with that one. Only the 2 blips, but all in all, that is a solid day at the office for Sebastian. You can just sell. Look at that piece.
So, across to the 16th, par 4, big par 4, 457 yards. Played again a little bit over par this week. Another one that you drive from an elevated tee down over a rise. Need to stay down the right hand side. The ball feeds back a little bit more onto the green. These bunkers are not in play that we've just gone past there. Biggish green, but again another one long and thin, where the ball will roll off, so you've got to make sure that you choose the right club for your second shot.
As we come to Armitage, find that position Gary was talking about on the right side, second shot. Very lofty club in hand, sending this one as high as he can. And doing a good job. The Brian, after finding trouble off the tee, could only hack out to here, leaving himself a lengthy third. Not the place you want to be. And this green does feed down a little bit at the front. Oh, it's getting better and better. Oh, keep going, keep going.
And we're going to hear from the clubhouse leader, Seb Garcia.
How pleased were you to go out there and shoot a low number when a lot of players were struggling?
Well, more than the low number, I'm pleased with the work I've been doing, which created that good result. So I'm very happy for that. But I do know that still a lot of work. I feel I still have a lot of work yet to do.
Well, it's a step in the right direction for Sebastian. Good finish for him as we see Armitage now. Goes out. Ooh, that looks so close again. That is minuscule. Just on the right edge, it was coming back, but just not enough. He's enjoying his golf, you can see it.
He doesn't have to be too bold now, does he? He just have to make sure no silly errors. And his title will be his.
Exactly, John. Here we go, Casey.
This one then to save his par, even having been in trouble. Now, it was always down the left-hand side. I just think he pulled it a bit. Yeah, that's disappointing, but mustn't let the head go down, although, you know, there's a lot of money to be made, which is important for all of these players in that race to Desert Springs.
Well, he's got a chance to redeem himself coming to the 17th par 5 open for an eagle. The drive is essential, and it's going to be all coming into play on the second bunker here on the left-hand side. The drives are going to be right there about now, but then the second shot is over these corner of these trees. You need to be bringing in the ball from right to left because it feeds down into this green as well. You can land it short and it'll scuttle up onto it, but not an easy second shot to take on nonetheless. A very awkward green to boot as well, and very, very fast.
You're talking about that race to Desert Springs there, Gary. It's amazing. Here, people like Sam Connor, Tim Rice, who's been in good form recently, Zane Scotland, Steve Serry, all missed the cut. You know, a bad week for them, but if it's a bad week for them, it's a good week for somebody else in that race.
Yeah, that's where it really shows. You've got to try and stay on top of your game for the whole season, as Armitage has blasted one away, but I think he's let that whip up there on the right, but he may just be lucky, John.
I think it will be. He'll open up an angle and hopefully his lie's pretty good as we come to Casey now. Try and get rid of his frustration. Rip one straight down the middle. He's hanging on to it. That's down the left and that's towards the bunker. And heavy rough down there. Stay, stay. Ooh. He's okay.
You can tell you were a player, John, the way you can talk to a golf ball.
Well, you know, sometimes they listen, sometimes they don't.
Mine were always deaf. Mr. Ryan, 18, whipping an iron down there.
I think that's a pretty wise move. Gets you short of this bunker, because if you get driver out, you go down this real narrow part on the right-hand side, which is, yeah, you're better off not taking it on. Okay, see, he's going up and over the trees with the 3-wood.
Little bit of a gesture there of the head. I don't think he likes it that much, but not bad. Just in front of the green, it's pretty good.
Yeah, sure is. You're going to see this one. He's actually down the left-hand side of the fairway, so he's able to go over the left portion of the trees. Just didn't come out the way he wanted. Now, Armitage doesn't need to go crazy. He'll play out to the right here and take his medicine. Oh no. He's just decided, well, let's give it a wallop on the crest of a wave.
Looking to determinedly win this title. Not afraid of it. Why not when you're playing well? So, Aaron Wright, 18th. Middle of the fairway. Nice contact. Well-balanced swing.
Nice little twirl of the club and finding the dance floor.
Yeah. Very good. So, Casey, who didn't appear to be overly delighted with his second shot, is just in front of the green with a relatively straightforward little pitch, which he's dealt with magnificently. Certain birdie.
Yeah, well executed there. You're right, Gary. Very nicely done. Now, Armitage. Nice lie in the first cut. Plenty of green to work with. Oh, and nearly got another one. A little bit heavy-handed, bit of work to be done, but you can tell he's feeling confident.
Yeah, really going for it. And back we go to the 18th. Big putt over these swales and round. Very difficult to judge. Got the pace right, line not bad. 6 out of 10 for the line.
I think we hardly need to tell you that Brian Casey did get his birdie there. It was a gimme. Now then, Marcus Ditto? No, but it'll be a par. Well, should be a par. They've got it all in focus.
Look at him.
Synchronised binoculars there, wasn't it?
It was. 1, 2, 3, go! No, Armitage. Yeah, finishes off with a par. And he heads now to the 18th with a nice handsome lead. You can definitely smell the trophy and the £10,000 going his way, depending on how he plays 18. As we see Rye, can he make a 2-putt on the line? No, he can't. And that's going to be a disappointing finish for Rye. 3-putt in the last hole.
Yeah, he's given away a few pounds there, that bogey at the last. A little bit of an untidy card.
Yeah, it's just one of those topsy-turvy days. A 72 though.
So on to the 18th tee, 418 yards, par 4. Again, got to be very careful of these fairway bunkers not to find them. That's definitely not what we want. So some players will play a hybrid and iron down short of that. Not many are going to take it on past there. Then it's all about choosing the right club, getting it past this water onto the green, this sort of kidney-shaped green, just over that little wall, and try and get out with maybe a birdie to finish off with.
Yeah, there is a lot of kidney-shaped greens out there, Gary.
Yes, I think Mr. Westwood must have liked his kidneys.
Steak and kidney pie, can't beat it. And Casey dissecting a fairway in A1 position. Now Armitage, the same club, just for positioning. Oh, such a confident swing and strike. And there you go. No problemo.
No, I think once you've won a time or two, you know, you've got that bit of confidence. But I do like Casey's swing. I think he's got lovely balance and he's going to have some good results. And again, similar, but nice balance, completely different looking actions, but two players at the top of their game.
Yep, as we've got Casey now. Second shot out with an 8-iron. Just going to hold it off, try and drift it back right of this green towards the pin. Just come up a little bit shy, a little bit tentative. Trying to get that second place on his own.
Only would equate to £6,000, which is not a bad week's work.
Exactly, that's a handsome salary any week. Looked a little bit turned over, yeah. Shouts a 4. Oh, look at that. When it's going with you, it's going with you. Nice little ricochet. And he's on the green.
Yeah, that was a bit of luck. Let's just see if we can spot anything here. All right, coming down, but again, I think it was more of a pull than a sort of turnover. I think he was trying to fade it back and just ended up squaring the club face to the direction he was swinging the club in. Got a pull left.
Do you call that a double cross?
Yeah, I suppose you could if you were going for that. Apart from he didn't hook it, that would have been the thing. That really is a double cross.
True. And look at that. You can hear the crowd. They know who their winner is. Marcus Armitage. Cozying up hole side and just marking it for the grand finale final putt. But Casey could do with this one.
Yes, he could do with this. This would make a difference. 9 under. A couple of putts should give him the second place though.
Little knee trembler to finish. And that's his par. You're going to get to see a pretty kamikaze card. 4 bogeys, 4 birdies, and that lovely eagle at the 7th for a par 69, 2 under the card.
Which just leaves Marcus Armitage to tap in and become the champion.
What a season he is having. A 3 under par round of 68 to follow on the 67 start he brought into this final round. It's his day, all right.
What's your name?
Zach Rice.
Oh, now you got me. 2 Zach.
Z-A-C-H, that's Marcus. Yeah, we'll do it.
A lovely touch of humour there. I think he's going to be signing a few more of those in the future. He is walking tall, all right, this season. He won the Grenker Championship at Camberwell Park, and now he's won here as well at Close House. Brian Casey gave him a good challenge, however. He was only 2 adrift at the end, and Sebastian Garcia Grout, terrific week for him. And that round again to mention of Jonathan Caldwell's a 66 today. Yet again, the standard of play over the 3 days was exceptional. So although these players are not on the winners roster, they've had a pretty good week. And we can now hear from the top 2 here at Close House.
Brian, a closing 69 to finish alone in second this week. How do you react to that?
I feel great about it.
you know, it's going to give me a little bit of a cushion for the rest of the year. You know, I'm happy to be in the race of Desert Springs now, so I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, but 69 today, I really stuck in there and fought well. But Marcus was the deserved winner today.
How satisfying is it to get an eagle and a chip-in birdie in the round?
Oh, it was massive. The 5 wood up the hill on 10 was, I said to Duncan, oh, it's come out a little bit soft, it might be a little bit short, and we got up there and it was 5 foot, so we were really pleased. And then 15 were massive because we missed it in a real bad spot there. And just, show me something special, and special it was.
How good is it to see your name inside that vital top 5?
Oh, it's massive. You always want to move up. You always want to get, better. I'm just looking towards another win now. To secure it.
He does have a winning smile, doesn't he? And this is the impact that Marcus's victory has had on the race to Desert Springs. Sam Connor actually missed the cut here, but he is still in pole position ahead of Darren Wright, Gary King, the aforementioned Marcus Armitage, and Aaron Wright. He had a good week here at Close House. Well, Marcus is getting used to lifting silverware, and this is the latest that will adorn the trophy cabinet back at his home. Well done to him. He came and he conquered. It's been a good week at the Tree of Life Championship here at Close House, and from Johnny Morgan, from Gary Ellis and myself, John Helm, it's goodbye for now.